guys, what's up? Welcome back to Big Bang Gaming, and today we are playing the Goblin Giant practice. And so here I am at 3 crowns. And if you guys are watching this video recently after its release, and then you guys might notice that I am actually a little late, and the time that shows on the screen doesn't really match the time of uploading the video, and that is because I have already recorded this video and I'm like uploading this now a little bit later, so that's why there's a difference in the time, and really sorry for that. As I've already told you guys that I have a really lot of college work to do, and it doesn't really help me. It isn't really possible to do all of that together and put out all of the videos at the same time, so I'm really sorry about that. But finally this video is out, and today we are playing this deck that I made for this practice. And if you might notice, we are going to see that in this video that it works out really well. Now the point to be noticed here is that the win condition in this game is like Goblin Giant mainly, and because it was a necessity, because it was the Goblin Giant practice. But so yeah, so we were like, it's good enough when there's at least a Goblin Giant in the other player's card and in other player's deck. But I think it's still good if it doesn't do well against non-Goblin Giant deck opponents. And so yeah, so that's a deck that you have the Goblin Giant and you can play with it anytime. So one thing to notice here is that I have put the lightning here, which is right now really OP after this update, and I have been using it in all of my decks that I've made after the update came out, and it's working really fine with me. Although I've not used lightning till now in this replay, you will just see in just a few moments that lightning is indeed doing wonders. And here, as you can see, there was nothing really much I could do about that, so I will just ignore that and focus on this left lane. And although I put my walk there, it won't be enough to stop that push, and I had hoped to take that right tower there, but I didn't. But still, we have taken the star down to 900 hit points, so that should be okay. That I put the Goblin Giant, and if you want, you will just see I zapped it exactly like 3 or 4 seconds after that. That is the time you want to zap an Inferno Dragon or the Inferno Tower, because that when they almost reach their highest, and if you allow half a second more, they will actually decimate your tank. So so that's why you should actually zap them after like 3 or 4 seconds. So that's a tip I want to share with you right there. So I was trying to steal just 2 hits of that tower from that dart goblin, but that didn't really work out. Then again put my flying machine, but he put it Inferno Dragon there. I don't know if it was like he predicted that, but even if he didn't, it was a good play. But I had my lightning in my cycle and I had enough elixir, so I just went with the lightning and took this 2 crown win here. So with this we take 5 crowns in this challenge with this deck without any loss. Now some of you might say that this is a practice challenge and not, people are not really serious about that, about the decks they make. But yeah, I agree with that they do not make good decks, but they really try that they want to make good decks. So the point what I am trying to make here is that because here you can see me, I go with my dart goblin, so it does really work out well. The dart goblin and the flying machine now actually take out any swarms or counters, actually tanks. And then there's the lumberjack, which provides the fast hit speed, really high DPS, and it also has like the rage after it drops, so you can actually put any units that you have with him, they get raised and they do additional damage. So my point that I wanted to make here was that this deck with the lightning and like the air support with the baby dragon, the uh, the flying machine, and then the high DPS cards, the lumberjack. Then there's a wall for swamps, the dart goblin that destroys us behind tanks, anything, and it's actually the MVP of this deck. So I really like this deck with this goblin giant. It doesn't really have to be the goblin giant. You can actually like put the giant skeleton in it, but the goblin giant is like a special mechanic, so you really like it. So here I lost my tower because I was a little confused whether I should play the lumberjack or the Valk. So I really lost a tower in those 2 or 3 seconds. So don't do that. Don't be doubtful, know your deck inside out, and that will really help you out. Here with lightning that, because I don't want witch to spawn skeletons, and just -1 trade I can handle that. I will zap them. This flying machine will be able to stop that. As you can see on the left lane, my lumberjack did a lot of damage there, and I put my dart goblin there to steal a bit of hit points of that right tower, and I think it's in lightning range, and I should be able to lightning that. And here you can see this guy is really having a great push there. I lightning all of these, but the tower still remains at 114. Okay, so I did not expect that in the game, I think. And I will just go with my flying machine and see if I can steal a few hit points of the tower. I will also put my dart goblin for support, because I really want to take the tower within 12 seconds. And there my dart that my flying machine actually take the tower, and then there's 300 hit points, only 300 hit points remaining on my tower, and I just go with my goblin giant. Then I support it with the flying machine, and it is enough in itself, because it doesn't really have a tank killer, and my tank, that is the goblin giant, will reach the tower. The flying machine does massive amounts of damage, and his mistake was not putting another tank for that flying machine, and that cost him his left tower and the whole match. So here you can see this, every card in this game is like a versatile. It's really versatile. It has a lot of potential, every card of that in this game. So if you really don't have like the perfect hand, you can still make a lot of plays. This diversity with the kind of plays you can make with it, and that is what really makes it a good deck. So you can see we also beat a lava hound player without like inferno or any building, and in my view that is really a good thing. And he does royal hog me there, and I kind of just ignore that, because I know if I put a troop there, that would really be the best play for me. So I just indeed go with the lumberjack, and it will kind of take that tower, and I actually end up doing more damage than him. So that's really a positive trade for me. And unfortunately I put my baby D there instead of any tank. I should have put the goblin giant earlier, and I will end up taking quite a lot of hits on the tower. And here I did want to lightning that, but I understood that it would be like a waste of 6 LEC, because the goblin giant would be taking out that tower, and I can always Valk or flying machine for this witch, and that is exactly what I do here. And then I go for the another tower as soon as we finish, because we do not want to put any more elixir in the right lane. Although I did not want my Valk to die to elixir, I put my dart goblin, but he played his giant goblin, so well played from him there. And my baby dragon should be actually enough to take this goblin giant, although he will take 1 or 2 hits. And my flying machine was doing work. I could not really support it with anything else, so unfortunately the tower would still remain at 1884. And my Valk actually isn't that good after the update against these royal hogs, and they will all actually be taking that tower, but it's still good against swamps. That what it actually was meant to be. And there I have a great push coming his way. I don't think he had anything to stop that. He put both of his witches there, and they were in lightning range. Although my Valk died, I have raised flying machine and raised Dart Goblin working on his King Tower, and they actually take out his points to like exactly the half. I think that is the exact half of the King Tower's total hit points. So I instead go with the flying machine, and I went all in because he wanted to take that tower. Even if he took the tower, he would not have enough troops or time to stop my push on his King Tower. So that's before even he takes my right tower, I take his King Tower and get 3 coins, and here I get 2. Here is another little, you might be a little confused that what is this happening here. Like I was like at 10 crowns just a second ago, and what is this right now? So this is the loss I got. Like after a long time in this, I actually got only 2 losses with this deck, and I was in this match. I got a tower at the last second of play time, that is the last second of 3 minutes of the starting, and after that it extended, and fortunately his Royal Giant was unstoppable after that 1 crown loss for me. So I couldn't really make a great push, and so I didn't want this video to extend a lot more longer because it gets really boring. It's already boring, I know, for you guys, but I still want to show you the last games that are really the best ones, the most interesting ones. So here I am at 15 crowns. I put my flying machine for that bomb. Unfortunately, I am a little slow and my tower actually goes down to 1100, and fortunately the lumberjack there will take his tower to even lesser than mine, and here I go with the baby D because it does not have anything to stop that in the elixir value, and I will end up getting to 475, but still it is still 500 more than 0, right? Because his star is down and he doesn't get any help from his star, so that actually win-win situation. I might have waited a second more, but that would have meant a hit on my tower, and that would have been game over. So I still have a little bit more help for myself, and there I go with the ball from the back, the best play to make when you don't know what to do. And there I must have been going with my lumberjack, although that's a sacrifice, but my flying machine will go on to back up that wall, and that's really good news. The Dart Goblin actually connected to the tower and will bring it down to 1200. So there I don't have any card to stop that Goblin Giant, fortunately, but I somehow make a smart play, and I put the Giant Goblin to get the work from those Spear Gobs. I actually will ignore these, and I was about to zap this, but I just realized that he has like Spear Gobs on his back, and his Spear Gobs are like protected, and they do an awesome job in defending bats at least. And as you can see, his star is already down to 2500. So right now all I'm trying to do is like defend my push here, and I zap this at the right moment. There's this minion horde that will just go to waste, and I will lightning this 1 2 3, and that goes his second tower. There he puts his Night Witch in the wrong time. There I went with my lumberjack, and it is kind of the final push that I wanted to make, but he unfortunately put down his Goblin Giant, so my lumberjack got distracted for a moment, but that doesn't really matter because it would be like the final push, and he doesn't really have enough time to take my tower. I go all in with my troops, and let's just see if I take this tower with just 6-5, and with just 5 seconds left I take his star. So he gives me a well played. I give him a thumbs up for that, and we will take exactly 18 crowns, and I get my 1 mirror. Okay, so the 20 crown reward is 100 gems. That isn't less, and that is a lot of rewards for a one-time practice, but I think it should be there because you only release a card once, right? And it's basically a reward for everyone, because just keep playing, collect crowns, and you will get the rewards sooner or later. So that's what I really liked from Supercell, and they have been like making really cool updates recently. I I'm a little neutral about this new card, the Goblin Giant, but I really like the mechanism, and I think he does need a little buff, because why won't I use a Giant Skeleton instead of a Goblin Giant, because he does death damage after he dies, and although he doesn't go for the tar, but he does do a lot more, he gives a lot more value. So I had to go with my lumberjack there to save that bandit hit. And so yeah, so that's like a giant cost 5 elixir, and he has insane amount of hit points, and with just 1 elixir more, you're just giving the spear gobs on his back. So I think that's 6 elixir for the mechanism, and I think it is balanced, but I don't think that people will be using it in challenges or ladders sooner, and it might need a little buff. You'll just see it just released, and it's too early to just judge, and I've not really played it on ladder or anything, because it isn't really tournament level in my collection, or for me. I'm not really finding the right exact words that I want to convey, and so I go with my lumberjack. He will take out that thing there. What do you call that? The giant goblin, right? It's giant goblin, my boy. And there's the raised. Oh my goodness! So they're really great card. So one thing I noticed that people were not really using a lot of spells in this challenge, so that's why that might be the reason that this deck became really successful, because it has a lot of cards that are arrowable, fireballable, or lightning able. And I really think people are dumb for not using lightning even in this challenge, because it is kind of an OP card right now, and you have to use this to actually get anything. So there's an insane push from this guy. Unfortunately, it will die out eventually, and this flying machine will survive to take hits on that tar, but the time will run out, and we will take our 19th crown in this game. So that's really good. We will take only 2 losses throughout the practice, and so again I'm saying it is still the practice, but it did work in this, and we like played almost like heavy decks, we played like lighter decks, we also played hog with the Goblin Giant, but the only problem is people were not using enough spells, and people had to use the Goblin Giant. So there's like one card that they didn't like, so there I had like 10 elixir for 6 elixir, and so there was like a 4 plus 4 elixir trade. I would definitely take that, and also get hits on the tar. So that's really good. So don't do that. If you ever do that, don't really put all of those cards together close by, because the lightning radius is still large. Wait for a second, I would say, and that also fireable, if not lightningable. People can fireball that, and I will zap this to not let those skeletons do work, and this Goblin Giant should be able to take that tar. So this flying machine, as you can see, does a lot of work on the giant, and that with the dart goblin and the tar, it will stop that giant quite early, and that it will go on to take out that witch kind of fully. The dart goblin completes his job, and it will also take out that princess and take 1 hit. So that is the speed of the dart goblin, and I will go with my baby dragon in the back just to make the push build. So baby dragon is a really underused card. There's a reason it's an epic card, right? And people not using it really makes me sad, and the reason for that is it like provides so much splash damage. It's the wizard of the air, but people don't just get it, and they just ignore this card like it doesn't even exist, and that really makes me sad. I mean, lumberjack should be taking 1 hit. Yeah, so we already took 1 tar, and we are taking that second tar to 17, the 1348. So wow. So right now, if he did have fireball or arrows or log, he might have taken my fireball, that flying machine, or the okay, so the lightning wasn't needed there, but I still do that and I still take that this is really amazing. And yeah, there doesn't really much to tell in this. I'm always again and again going to say this to you, that this deck is kind of good, it's kind of great, not even good, it's great. And you really must try it out, at least in the at least when you have the Goblin Giant at tournament level. So here we take our 20th crown and we get the 100 gems that we're waiting for so long. We can use these gems on challenges. So right now I'm playing a little bit of challenge with self-made decks. I'm not using pre-made decks because they usually contain legendary that I don't really have, so I make decks myself and I play with them. So we would have completed some quests. Let's just see. And so yeah, so we have a golden chest unlocked and we will get a goblin barrel that I noticed there. So I want to show you that I'm not lying, I really had only 2 losses there. So victory, as you can see on the screen. So this deck I wanted to copy it out. I will really put out the deck in the description, and if you want you can try it out and do tell me how you like this deck. And I'm telling you again that it's still on the practice, and you can see this 1 loss, and then there is the another loss. You must be seeing just I don't see it here, I must have played a little bit matches before. So really hope you like this video. See you next time. Bye bye, peace out.